On April 22nd, in broad daylight, a terrorist attack unfolded in the Baisaran Valley near Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir, resulting in the death of 26 people, including 25 Indian tourists, all Hindus, and one Nepalese national. Over 20 others were injured in this brutal, mindless assault. The Resistance Front, or the TRF, an offshoot of the Pakistan based Lashkar-e-Toiba, claimed responsibility for the massacre. Indian authorities have also identified Saifullah Kasuri, a top LET commander, as the mastermind behind this attack. As of now, the perpetrators of the April 22nd attack in Pahalgam are still at large. Nobody has been caught. Indian forces yesterday launched a manhunt for the assailants. Tens of thousands of policemen and soldiers have fanned across the region and erected additional checkpoints to check for them. They search cars, use helicopters to search forested mountains, and also in some areas, they summoned the former militants for questioning to police stations, but to no avail. In fact, Pakistan has also extended token condolences to the victims' families. We are concerned at the loss of tourist lives, Pakistan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said in a statement while wishing the wounded a speedy recovery. Now, this, even as a man was seen carrying a cake at the Pakistan High Commission in New Delhi. I had visited Pahalgam in 2016, and I can say with complete certainty that it's one of the most beautiful places, not just in India, but on earth. It's a place where every corner is warm and hospitable, but now that image is shattered forever. The land is scarred by the brutal killing of innocent Hindus, lives taken by terrorists who have not only committed murder but have attacked the very soul of Kashmir. Despite all of its volatility, Kashmir for a tourist has always stood for its hospitality, its culture, and its timeless beauty. But now, even for tourists, it bears the stain of hatred and horror. Because these were not just killings, this was an act of genocide, driven by blind hate and religious extremism. So, what exactly happened on Tuesday? The assault occurred at approximately 2:50 p.m. in the Baisaran Valley. This is a popular tourist destination and is accessible only by foot or on horseback. Seven militants, armed with M4 carbines and AK-47s, opened fire on unarmed tourists enjoying the scenic beauty of the region. The attackers fired approximately 70 rounds, leading to the immediate deaths of 26 people and injuring more than 20 others. The victims were primarily Hindu pilgrims and tourists from various parts of India, along with one Nepalese national. A local Muslim pony rider was also among the deceased, highlighting the indiscriminate nature of the violence. Eyewitnesses reported that the attackers questioned the victims about their religion before opening fire. If they said they are Hindu, they killed them. One assailant allegedly told a woman that she was being spared so that she could narrate the horrors to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. A local Kashmiri Shia Muslim, Syed Adil Hussain Shah, reportedly tried to protect the tourists and stop the attack by wresting a rifle from one of the assailants but was killed in the effort. So, who exactly are these perpetrators? They are the TRF. It was started in 2019 and is considered a proxy for Lashkar-e-Toiba, and it has been involved in various attacks targeting security personnel and civilians in Jammu and Kashmir. Indian intelligence agencies have linked TRF's operations and planning directly to the LET, asserting that TRF is essentially a front for LET's activities in the region. The group has also been implicated in cross border terrorist activities, including recruiting militants and smuggling weapons. Because the biggest question here is how did these young men get hold of so many rifles, so many weaponry, and so much of ammo? And what was their motive after all? Now, the attack clearly appears to be a response to the demographic changes in Jammu and Kashmir by the Modi government. Following the revocation of the region's special status in 2019, India issued domicile certificates to over 80,000 non local individuals, allowing them to buy land and obtain jobs in the territory. Militant groups like TRF have opposed these changes. They think that these are attempts to alter the region's demographic composition. The timing of the attack couldn't have been worse. It coincides with the region's progress towards economic growth and development, and it suggests an intent to disrupt peace and deter tourism, which has been on the rise in the recent years. Now, India's response to the attack has been swift. For the first time ever, India has taken very solid measures. The Indus Water Treaty with Pakistan, a long standing agreement on water sharing, was stopped. India closed the Atari Wagah border, halting cross border movement as well. They cancelled visas for Pakistani nationals under the SARC visa exemption scheme. Everyone who is a Pakistani and in India at this point in time has been given only 48 hours to leave. They've expelled Pakistani military advisors from the Pakistan High Commission in New Delhi. They've also reduced strength of the staff at the Indian High Commission in Islamabad. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi has condemned the attack and has vowed to bring the perpetrators to justice. In fact, Union Home Minister Amit Shah visited Srinagar immediately after the attack to assess the situation and also to coordinate with the security personnel and see the response. This attack underscores the persisting threat of terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir and the challenges that India faces in ensuring the safety of civilians and tourists in the region. It also highlights the complexities of the India Pakistan relations, with accusations of cross border terrorism further straining diplomatic ties like never before. The international community, including the US, the UK, China, all have expressed support for India and condemned the attack. However, the incident raises questions about the effectiveness of current counterterrorism measures and strategies and the need for a more solid approach to address the root cause of militancy in the region. Because so far, whatever has been done was washed away on Tuesday. The Pahalgam attack is a stark reminder of the fragile security situation in Jammu and Kashmir. As India mourns the loss of innocent lives, it also faces the urgent task of addressing the burning issues that fuel such violence. How can we stop this supply of weaponry and ammunition to these young men who are so brainwashed that they are killing people just because they are not from the same religion? How can you actually ensure that there are no more killings in the region? And how can you ensure peace in a place which is forever plagued by terrorism and extremism? Seriously, at this point, I have no words to express this mammoth tragedy. I don't know what to say, and I really don't know if this could ever be stopped. I think only a higher power, a superpower, can come down to earth and make sure that this doesn't happen again. Till then, I feel we're also helpless, including you, me, and those who are sitting in power in India and everywhere else. Whatever your thoughts are, let us know in the comments. But as usual, like, share, subscribe, do the drill. But as always, even if you don't do any of these things, thank you so much for watching. Please take care of yourself and those around you. Jai Hind.